Invest time or waste money looking for quality leads. This is episode number 316 from the My Online Toolbox weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing to help you grow your business with more quality leads, amplifying more quality. Last week, we were talking about the number of likes and followers do not infer customer success when it comes to social media. Check out that episode because we show live examples of people doing low volume, again, low volume with their social posting, but absolute high quality results. The week before that, we were talking about lessons to avoid when families begin marketing for your contracting business. And the week before that, being careful about who you follow because the crowd may not be right. It's a unique episode. It is not adversarial, but it goes to show how many people are led to the slaughter when they just simply follow the crowd and don't break the mold to do things correctly. This week, we're talking about investing time and wasting money. What we had, my online toolbox was at recently at the end of February. We were at the International Builder Show, remodeling show out in Vegas, and we used that as a unique opportunity to have a fresh marketing study of our potential customers. So what we did during our stay there for a couple of days, even though we were speaking, we take a moment to go near a very popular lead generation service booth. And what we do is we watch people sign up to check out the opportunities to generate leads. And then we approach them in the aisles, introduce ourselves. We say, hello, we're My Online Toolbox. We're the industry specific marketing education classes for their particular trade. And then what we do is look to talk to them, not just to sell, but to learn the psyche of why do people sign up for these services in the first place. So we bait them because we don't want to talk about exactly what My Online Toolbox does, nor do we want to talk about the price. And so when we go back to the same topic of searching for future opportunities, it is amazing how many people will simply not give us a short amount of time because they always say, we don't have the time for this. So we turn around and say, well, for the services you just signed up for, what are you willing to try? And it's amazing how many people will say, well, we're only signing up for a few services and a few zip codes, and we're going to give it a try at $500 a month. We heard somebody say $1,000 a month. Another person who has a very unique craft was willing to go for a couple of grand per month for quote unquote only 6 months to give it a try. The point that we were trying to make, we spoke to specifically 23 people in less than 3 hours. And it takes time to first wait for someone to sign up for a service, watch them from afar, then approach them, and then hopefully get their attention. But out of these 23 people that we spoke to, there was approximately 7 or 8 who knew of the My Online Toolbox brand, which was pretty cool. But that meant that they were slightly prejudiced. So when we were still looking to talk to them all, and we told them, look, our basic class is only $379. So our initial number we talked about was less than every single person out of the 23 people we talked to that was willing to commit between $500 and a few $1,000s a month for a short period of time to quote unquote just give it a try. And right there is the point of where out of 23 people, all of them are not making an investment. They are rolling the dice with an expense with the hopes that it may become an investment. So when we would explain it to them, they would shrug and say, really, yeah, that makes some sense, but out of the $379 that you charge for your basic class, how much time do you need for me to learn? And we would tell them, depending on their technical aptitude, on the low end, between 7 and 8 hours of their time in a 1 month period, upwards of 12 hours to slightly more if they're completely a novice and are intimidated with everything to do with websites and image optimization, everything else associated with building a brand around their website. We were amazed about how many people would simply say, we do not have that type of time. So they are willing to not spend only $379 as a true investment that will change their life. Fact, forever, versus going with just rolling the dice. And that right there, for anyone who's made it this far in this episode, is their Achilles heel, and the majority of your competitors can hit Achilles heels, because the bottom line is marketing sits in front of your business objectives for 1 to 5 years out, not next week, not even next month. You have to realize that for every other business entity that is successful over a period of time, their marketing is sitting, bringing them in a direction of where they're going, and not just randomly treating it as fish, putting a spear into a bucket of fish and just hoping you could hit one and that one becomes the fish that you want. It doesn't work that way. You need to learn how to articulate your brand. You need to learn how to adapt to being as specific as possible to what you do and where you do it, so the search engines see it as equally as important as you're trying to project it. And then your quality leads will begin to come over a period of time, over and over and over again. So yes, investing time to learn about this critical aspect of every single business, and it's called marketing, let alone brand marketing specific to this industry, is where you will differentiate yourself over your competitors. Many simply will come up with some BS excuse that they simply have no time, which is not true. They just waste their time on other things, or even worse, they waste their money on an expense and not invest time changing their trajectory for looking for quality leads for the rest of their life. This is my online toolbox reminding you to please like us, comment with our weekly quick tips on both Facebook and YouTube, or check us out on our Instagram channel, because that is people being featured week after week after week, not just with a great project, but with a strategic project for their ongoing marketing efforts. This is my online toolbox, providing weekly quick tips and reminders for all facets of marketing. Never forget, start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we will see you next week.